Good day, sir.
Good day.
Viewers, if you are watching, click on the like button, drop your comment, and also share this program. Subscribe if you have not done so. Gumi warns federal government against provoking terrorists after peace deal in Katsina. Even after the peace deal, bandit leader Aliero kidnapped 40 Zamfara citizens. What's your take on this?
Yes, he has said it very clearly, because that's what it is. That's what brought APC to power. That's what brought some of these people we are seeing today in position of authority to power, because it is part of the agreement. It's an agreement. It's an agenda. You know, anything you are seeing working towards that direction, where somebody like Sheikh Gumi, always 24 hours, even though he was banned from entering some part of the countries in the world. But today, you know, the federal government has not deemed it fit, you know, to move an inch to apprehend a man who has consistently shown a certain direction and sympathy for those who are disaliving millions of Nigerians on a daily basis. And he's warning Bola Ahmed Tinubu, do not try anything funny. You will get it hot from the terrorists. Sheikh Gumi wants Tinubu, do not near the terrorists. We are in charge. That's what they are. That's what we are. We are defending them. Don't come closer. You know, don't take us for granted. Yes, we are the one that will decide who is going to surrender, who is going for peace deal or whatever, not the federal government. They are in charge of the terrorists. But you can see how lousy and funny and unfortunate the cabinet of APC in Asuro currently now is. Imagine, wonder if Gumi was supposed is an Igbo man. Imagine what would have happened for him to continue to threaten Nigeria with terrorists, and that nobody can do them anything, and they have right to do whatever they like. That's to tell you that, you know, no wonder that he has been banned from entering some of these countries in the world, because of, you know, statements like this showing enormous sympathy for people, for bandits, Boko Haram, who has been killing thousands of Nigeria. They might be happy today because, you know, of what we are seeing in other parts of the region, in the Middle Belt, in the southeast, thereabout, where there is massive disaliving and killing of Christians, and you know, total breakdown of security, you know, in those areas, and nobody is saying anything. And a man is claiming, you know, that you dare not come closer, you dare not dare the terrorists, you dare not do anything funny. Don't take them for granted. Anything can happen if the federal government try any possible means, you know, to continue to muzzle the North in one way or the other. Then they know what to do at the end of the day. So, you know, it just means that terrorists are the arm wing of the Northerners. That is what it means, and that is what Gumi is talking about, that you cannot dare them because they have their arm wing, and that's the people we are talking about, Boko Haram and all that nobody can stop them from, you know, doing what they want to do at the end of the day. That's a 1 million questions for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. What are you going to do now? Keep silent for your re-election ambition, or go after those who are killing Nigerians, or continue to bandit negotiations with them and continue to pay them, while people who are seeking for freedom unarmed are there, you know, in prison, in DSS custody for just no issue. But that's Nigeria for you, and these are the things that will lead to the breakup of Nigeria. When people are talking about breaking up of Nigeria, you know, nobody should think it is a play, because the indices are there, the fabrics of disintegration are there, nepotism, bigotry, you know, tribalism, they are all there. These are the factors, suppression or oppression of ethnic nationalities in Nigeria. These are the things, when you look at it, you know that one day, you know, Moki go market, you know, go come back, and that is what the Northerners are up to this moment. The Fulanis themselves are serious about their arm swing.
Viewers, if you are watching, make sure you click on the like button, drop your comment, your opinion, and also share this program. And do you think Gumi himself was deported even from Saudi Arabia, which is an Islamic country? because of his record of having negotiations with the bandits.
Okay, you can see it's very clearly that it's a very clear fact, But I know the reason why Saudi Arabia is taking that decision, because it has been believed they are one of the most important ally of the United States of America. They have already entered a treaty with the United States of America that they will continue to protect and work together in that treaty with the U.S. And anything that is being seen as against the a perceived interest, now that everywhere you are seeing it in the Congress, and there's an ongoing agreement on what to do over the killing of Christians around the world by these jihadists. Yes, I want to recommend Donald Trump for that. I want to celebrate Donald Trump for being decisive on those things, and at the right time. Don't see, yes, I know that nobody can predict America. America can wake up one day and say, Biafra, here it is, and that is what it is. And there are so many reasons why Nigeria can break up and why the world should show solidarity to Biafran quest. This is one of the reasons. These are the things they are doing. Whether they are getting their funding from Iran, Qatar, wherever it is coming from, you understand? Can they use it to develop the North? Must they enter a certain region that does not align with their faith and begin to kill people in that regard, where everybody is silent? The government cannot even stand up against them. They know. You can see the revelation coming from the Zamfara governor. He said everybody knows where they are, but they don't have the political will, to go after them, because they felt that it will, go that way. Bros, nobody knows what will happen in Nigeria, because Nigeria is moving towards breakup. Nigeria is advancing on daily basis. Nigeria is working towards disintegration. And a lot of people have come out to say that if the North continue to push Bola Ahmed Tinubu to a certain direction that he's not comfortable with, he might decide, to throw in the towel and everybody go, and that is what it's supposed to be. But unfortunately, he has not shown regard for people, from the eastern part of the country who are the major victims of jihadist movement in Nigeria.
Viewers, if you are watching, again, click on the like button if you have not done so. Drop your comment and also share this program. In conclusion, let me have this with you, sir. Are Fulanis bandits more Nigerian than Igbo, Hausa, and Yoruba? Because an Igbo man named Tinubu'S was arrested recently. Sunday Igbo was also arrested during the regime of Buhari, but we've never seen an Hausa or Fulani man arrested.
Yes, because of the passive understanding of what will happen. You see, they are not as super as the South perceive, both politically and otherwise. Because we know actually that for some time now we can see that they have consolidated on power. The West, the Southwest, and the Northerners are the one that have consolidated on power, and you can see similarities of faith they share with the Southwest might not be able to raise a kind of resistance from the Southwest, because the target has always been the Igbo. So the Fulanis, in the real sense of it, are not actually Nigerians. These are people who came from different locations and found themselves in Nigeria, and unfortunately they conquered the Hausa land and took over that land till this moment, and that is what we are seeing right there in the north. The current resistance that is coming from Middle Belt was as a result of the awareness created by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that we saw the Middle Belt, trying to resist the final collapse of the Middle Belt under the hands of, in the hands of Fulanis, and it has been ongoing. So they are not more Nigerian than the Yoruba, than the Hausas, and of course the Igbo people who are started earlier enough to seek their referendum to move out from this enclave called Nigeria, and possibly allow the Fulanis to take care of themselves and further for unity or carry out whatever way they think that is suitable for them to run their own caliphate. It's as simple as that. But to say you are going to use force politically and otherwise, to muzzle people to a certain agenda, then we are going to continue to experience the outcry and resistance of Nigeria as a unified nation.
Gentle Yahoo accused Uzodinma of sponsoring evil in the southeast. Do you think its leaders, those in power, sponsoring this bandit?
But I can tell you that the infiltration, I said the government can carry out a propaganda government can oppose and can make and not make when it comes to issues like this. They can plant and unplant, and that is why the real agitators themselves does not engage themselves in violence. You understand, and that's what IPOB is all about. That's what Mazen American is all about. Mazen American is all about. It's not about violence. Mazen American believe that he can achieve restoration of Biafra through non-violent approach, and that is what he has maintained. You see, other things you are seeing are just side attractions created by the system, by the government themselves, to make sure that the struggle for liberation of Biafra as a sovereign nation is being sabotaged. Thank you.
Viewers, drop your comments, like this program, and also share. Subscribe if you have not done so. Good day and have a nice